Namaste, you Guru.
Namaskaram, madam, and namaskaram to all the viewers.
Okay. You Guru, in the previous episode, we saw about healthy relationships. What are the things which contribute for an healthy relationship? You spoke to us about three aspects. One was emotional, the other was mental, and then the last one was about
The chemical one.
chemical one.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, One of a known person was talking to me about the previous episode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they are curious to know the other three aspects of the healthy relationship. So, shall we start, you Guru?
Yes, yes, madam, sure.
Yeah.
So good that people are getting more curious about their health.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Because that's how you should be. First thing, madam, you should know this. You should know about this.
Yeah.
Then you can learn commerce or science or whatever it is. First, you should know this. If you don't know this, whatever you learn, whatever you get knowledge from outside places or from your schools or colleges, wherever, or even if you know, some people they are so much into work, like they will spend their 20 years earning lots of money, the remaining 20 years paying that money to hospitals and doctors. Okay, so that shouldn't be the case.
Okay.
First thing, you should know about yourself, your body. Before you communicate to others, before you talk about effective communication, before you talk about communication skills, you should have communication skills with your own body. Your body each time is communicating to you. Every second it's communicating to you.
Right.
Your heartbeat is a communication. Okay, your tears is a communication. Hunger is a communication. You want to go to the washroom, that is a communication. So there are so many things. Every pain, every ache in your body is a communication. So
Exactly.
first thing, please know about your body. So first thing, last time, just a brief recap. So we spoke about people who are having mental relationships, that is mostly related to the intellectual part. Then we have people about our emotions, which is generally about our family members and close to people who are close to our heart, family, friends, and relatives. Some relatives. So you know very well. I saw a smile on you when you said relatives. Yes, many of our relatives are really good. So I think in one of the scriptures it is said, "Love your neighbors as."
As much as you love yourself.
Yeah, could you repeat that, madam?
Love your neighbors as much as you love yourself.
Yes, I would just like to tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
Pretend to love your neighbors as much as they pretend to love you.
That was
Okay.
savage.
Okay, just that's on the lighter side. So coming back to our question, madam, the
Yeah.
next relationship is sensual. So
Okay.
sensual, when I say it's sensual, it doesn't mean only the bodily connection, but it is the relationship where you share yourself, your body with another person.
Okay.
So generally it's your spouse, and maybe outside it's also they get into all this live-in relationships and all that. So this kind of a culture, what happens is when you share your body with multiple people, besides the effects of all the medical aspects, the diseases, what you can attract and all that, before that there is a certain aura
Okay.
that you have. So this aura and the other person, preferably, I would prefer with your spouse only. So when these two auras mix, there is a kind of a positiveness about health. But when you hear about all these one night stands and people just going out and just freaking out, so it happens, they get into a lot of issues, both mental and physical issues they get into. So this is one thing about the sensual relationship.
Okay.
The next, the most highest form, the spiritual relationships. Now, what I'm trying to connect with the audience, this is a spiritual relationship.
Yeah.
So, those who are subscribing, those who are listening to me, we should have, though I have not even seen them, I may not even see them in my life, okay, and they also may not be able to see me in person in a life. But if they are listening to me and getting something good out of it, and they feel connected, okay,
Okay.
this guy is talking some nonsense, but this nonsense is making sense to me. Nonsense, sense to me.
Okay.
That is a spiritual connection.
Okay.
Then the next, That is the physical. So physical is generally it's a very simple thing, especially people who are very much physically active. If you go to these gyms or the early morning parks, you will find these kind of people. Like they like to have partners who working out partners, and health freaks. Okay, the word freak is wrong. Health enthusiasts, much better word.
Okay.
So this is also another kind of a relationship where people feel connected. Okay, let's exercise. You would have seen like people they'll be calling up, especially the elderly people, like when they go and walks in a group. So they'll be calling each other. ಏನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ರೆಡಿನಾ ನಾಳೆ ಶೂರ್ಲಾ ಮಲ್ಕೊಬಿಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. 5 ಗಂಟೆಯಿಂದ 6 ಗಂಟೆ 1 ಅವರ್ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, so that's how it happens. So that is the physical aspect.
Okay.
And so you saw the 6 aspects, madam.
Yeah.
So one is the mental, then you have the emotional, then you have the chemical, then you have the sensual, then you have the spiritual, and then the physical.
Okay.
Now, if somebody asks me, like generally, like in our corporate culture, we keep like there'll be some boys and girls like getting into. We as managers, we'll just see them. They'll be like hanging around together and all that. So sometimes, 2-3 times it has happened to me also. So one employee, female employee, came and asked me, "Sir, I'm liking this person, another male employee. What do you think, sir, about him?" Okay. So what I told her was very simple. I said, "See so and so, I know that guy from 9 to 6.
Okay.
Okay, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I know him. I know he's a good guy. He comes, he does his work. So whatever I assign him tasks, he completes everything. Fine. But from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m., what he does, I don't know." Okay, so I can't give any guarantee for that. And a true person's color and a true person's intent and a person's actual character is seen not from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. but from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m.
Well said. Yeah.
Correct, madam?
Yeah.
So we should know where he goes, like what kind of friends he hangs out with, what is his nightlife, and what time he goes to bed, what and all things he does before going to bed, and as soon as he gets up, what time he gets up, how good he is. Because I can just give you one example. In one of my previous companies when I worked, so there was this guy who was very so-called perfect guy. Okay, so he used to always be chanting some mantras when he sits next to me, and he'll be very polite, very soft-spoken. But later on, I came to know so many things about that person, so it was literally my ears began to bleed.
Okay.
Okay, so this also happens. So when you talk about relationships and health, healthy relationships, relationships make you healthy.
Right.
It's the other way around as well.
Yeah.
So when you have healthy relationships, those healthy relationships will also give you good health.
Yeah.
Because most of the diseases, I would say 50% of the diseases happens because, okay, you are having some tussle with your sibling, or you are having some issue with your relative. You go to the court case, madam. You go to any court for that matter, 95% of the cases are between siblings.
Siblings and family. Yeah.
Siblings and family, relatives, all the cases, all property litigations are between 95% of them, between own blood. That's how the scenario is.
Yeah.
So have I given you an overall picture? Actually, for each aspect, I can take a separate episode, madam, because there are so many different nuances for
Yeah.
each concept to talk about, and so that the people understand better.
Okay.
So what, you got something out of it?
Yeah, we have just got the main concepts of the things. We will discuss about all this in detail in the further episodes. So thank you so much, Yuguru. Thank you so much for sharing your insight about all these 6 aspects. Looking forward to know the nuances of each and every concept in detail. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Blessings of the universe.
Thank you.